give Ben and his team a lot of credit. They beat us in every area. I smelt that one coming the last couple of days. We've been good in practice, but not like we were. And I knew what team we were going to play tonight. I've been on the other end of getting beat in the first game of a rivalry game, and they played with just a toughness and desperation. We couldn't match it. And then, you got to have like we have in our winning streak, you got to have your good players, to be good. We let offense affect defense. And so give Mississippi State credit. They got us in every area.
Thanks, Sarsol.
Yeah, Kermit, what did Mississippi State do necessarily defensively to Devontae to kind of get him on track?
I thought Devontae had great looks. First half, he had point-blank shots. I know 1 for 15. That disappoints me. But what disappointed me was just defending. He let it affect the other end. And, but yeah, I thought he had – Mississippi State did a good job, but I thought he had some really good looks. He had some really good looks from three. He had some great looks right around the rim, point-blank range. Didn't make it. And then we didn't really have anybody else to pick it up. Jarkel's 4 for 11. Just none of our guys really had elite energy. Luis has 1 rebound. I thought KJ came in and had some toughness and physicalness, And I thought Austin Crowley came in, had some nice minutes, but nothing really different, Ben, at all.
Go ahead, Tyler.
So what did you tell your guys in the locker room at halftime regarding the early shooting struggles? And going off that, do you think the week off contributed to tonight's shooting struggles in general?
No, I don't think so. Mississippi State had the same, so they shot 48. We shot 39. I thought they beat us to 50-50 balls. Thought that was a big difference in the game. I don't think the ball really never got the third side very much like it has when our team had been scoring better. We just went through a period of time where, a dude missed, get his own rebound, get his own rebound. I tried everybody, see if we can find somebody to rebound and match some physicality around the goal. We don't talk about shooting woes at halftime. All I do is look at the quality of the shot. And the quality of shot is good, then we like it. And I thought the quality of shot was good. Maybe not great, but, we got to finish some balls.
Go to Neil.
Yeah, Kermit, you kind of referenced this just then a little bit, but Mississippi State was really effective close to the basket. They got a lot of open looks at the basket. Kind of throughout the game, was there? I know you guys were frustrated with that. What was going on there?
I just thought they were just better. They were just better. It just flipped. Just better. Their bigs just went right at our bigs, and more physical. We didn't guard them early enough. They caught it too deep in the post. They rebounded their misses. Their guards got some cheap baskets inside, beat our guards. It was just, I take full responsibility. They just went right at us, and they were just better than we were within 4 feet of the goal.
You talked earlier in the week, Kermit, about chasing the bubble and how you talked about this team. You told them, hey, here's what we were going for, and that kind of thing. Were you surprised that today there was the lack of energy that you referenced?
I smelt it coming the last couple of days. Now, we weren't bad, Neil, but we weren't like we were, and I coached them like that for the last 2 days. And just I couldn't warn them anymore how desperate Mississippi State was going to be. They'd lost some games, but they'd played well in some losses on the road. I knew what kind of game it would be, and so the staff, and we were not shocked. And we just didn't have our best edge, and we didn't play like a team that was desperate chasing the bubble tonight.
Go to John.
Kermit, how much better was this Mississippi State team today than the one that you played a month ago in Starkville?
The whole thing just flipped. We had the best energy, toughest team, best bench excitement, and it just flipped. They had the best bench excitement, tougher team, beat us in all the areas. It just flipped. It's just done it for 2 years. And, and so we talked a lot about closing the series and sweeping the series, and we just couldn't get it done. So give State credit.
More questions for Coach? All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.